Hello, you're welcome again to the various online training. We'll be making an apron today. So the measurements you'll be needing for the apron, you begin your measurement from the upper bust down to the knee length. So we'll be needing the upper bust to the knee length, and then you'll be needing your hip circumference, and also you measure from the upper bust round the neckline to the other upper bust. So that will be the neck rope for this apron. So here we have 20 inches, and for the length of the apron we'll be using 30 inches from the upper bust down to the knee. So this is the diagram of the apron, the upper bust to the knee length. So the measurement is 30 inches. So to the length of the apron, you'll be adding 2 inches seam allowance. So for the whole length, you measure 32 inches. For the hip circumference, you divide by 2. Why? Because it's only the front measurement we need. There's nothing appearing at the back. Apron is not one on the back. So you divide the hip circumference, 40 divided by 2 will give us 20. So you add 20 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance for the width of the apron. 20 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance, that's 21. The length is 30 plus 2, that's 32. Then the neck rope is 20 inches by 4 inches. 20 inches length by 4 inches. The side ropes is 15 inches by 4 inches. We're cutting 2 of the side ropes. So we'll do that on the fabric for you to see. So because this is a patterned fabric, I want this pattern to be at the center of my apron. So you'll be folding into 2, making sure that you have this at the center. Okay, so now the length we're using is 30 inches plus 2 inches. So you begin your measurement from 1 inch down to 32 inches. So you mark the length there. So now when you're done measuring, you cut out your pattern. This is a freehand method. That is why I'm cutting directly on the fabric. I'm not using paper or anything pattern. So this is our pattern for the apron. So we have 2 pieces for the side rope, that is 15 inches by 4 inches. For the neck rope, we have 21 inches by 4 inches. So the allowances are already in them. On the wrong side, we're folding to the wrong side, and then you'll be sewing. I like to first pin whatever I want to do before sewing. So you'll be sewing 1/2 inch along the edge of the rope. Also, you'll be folding the side rope. You'll be sewing 1/2 inch along the edge. You'll be folding the edge this way. And then you'll be top stitching along the edge. You'll be folding this way, and you'll top stitch along the edge, round the apron. So I'll show you how to do that on the sewing machine. Hello, you're welcome again to the various online class. So I'll be showing you how to make your chef cap. Some call it the sultana, used by the Select Church. So it's just the chef cap. So there are 2 parts of a chef cap. We have the flare round and the band. So you're going to measure your head circumference round. So my head circumference is 24 inches. You measure round your head, 24 inches. So you'll be adding 1 inch seam allowance to it. Now for the width of the band is 4 inches. The width of the band is 4 inches. the length will be 24 plus 1, that's 25. Now for the flare, you will divide that edge circumference by 2, which equals 12 inches. Now you will say 24, which is the original edge circumference, plus the 12 inches you got here, which equals 36 inches. So round this flare will be 36 inches, while the edge circumference, the width will be 24 plus 1, and then the length will be 4 inches. Sorry, this is the length rather. The length will be 4 inches, while the width will be 25 inches. So we'll show you how to cut that on the fabric and how to sew it on the machine. 36 inches that we want for the flare, we'll be dividing it by 4 inches because we'll be cutting our fabric folding into 4. So 36 divided by 4 is 9. So you're going to get 9 inches here, 9 inches. You mark it here, and then you fold at that 9 inch. You fold this way. Yeah, 9 inches rather. You measure 9 inches, and then you also measure 9 inches at the breadth here, 9 inches. So now you'll be folding again. You know, we folded twice, as in we folded 1, 2. Now we're going to be folding again to have 3, 4. So you fold at that 9 inch this way. We folded into 4 now. So you get that measurement again. 9 inches this way, 9 inches this way, 9 inches this way, 9 inches this way. So you can get this way. So now I've gotten a perfect square. So you place your 9 inch on the tape rule at the apex point, at the point that the 4 fabric points meet. Then you take it round this way. It's working in the square. So the 9 inch is not moving from this tip, but the lower part of the tape rule is what is moving round. It's inside the square. You're moving it round like this. So you're seeing that. So you're going to create your curve like this, and then you cut it out. So we have our flare now for the cap. So you'll be notching at the 4 points. You'll be notching at the corners of the 4. So this is going to guide us when we are sewing. Now I want to cut the band. Now I've cut the band 25 inches width, 25 inches by 4 inches length. So we're going to be folding like this, and then we'll be sewing 1/2 inch straight down. First of all, so we want to sew now. So you're going to be folding the band this way from left to right, and then you'll be sewing 1/2 inch here. So when you sew 1/2 inch will also be taken away at the back. I've sewn 1/2 inch down. So by the time you remeasure like this, you're going to have your 24 inches round left. So you fold this way, and then you notch at the center here. You also fold again. See, it's meeting the edge of the allowance there. So you notch again like this. You open it out to the right side like this. So this is how you're going to have. So the notched part, this notched part, you'll be pinning the notched part of the flare to the band like this, the flare to the notched part on the band. So I'll be pleating this way. I'll be pleating all this fullness into this section of the band that way. I've pleated and pinned it down, so I'll be sewing 1/2 inch round the band. So now I'm sewing. Done sewing the chef cap and sultana. So you turn it out. So your chef cap is ready. And apron, we are good to go. Happy sewing, happy cooking.
Safe.